Well, it wasn't meaningless. In point of fact, it was prescient. After the New York Times reported that Schiff and his staff did, in fact, know of the so-called whistleblower report days before it was filed, Fleitz posted on Twitter this to Cuomo, quote, "You were pretty hard on me last night. We now know from the New York Times that I was right. Apology not necessary." Well, joining us tonight is Fred Fleitz, prescient national security expert, president of the Center for Security Policy, and good to have you with us, Fred.
It's great to be here.
Let's start with this advance work, obviously, between the staff of the Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff's staff as well, I'm sure. This is really, to me, very, very troubling and should be of concern, I think, to anyone who wants to have at least the appearance of equity and fairness in that, what Rudy Giuliani calls an illicit effort at an impeachment inquiry.
Well, look, Lou, let me say, Chris Cuomo is a good guy, and he's just trying to do his job. He wanted me to be on tonight, but I made a commitment to you. I wanted to be on your show.
We appreciate that. Thank you. You're a man of character and also a likable fellow.
Oh, thank you. Well, it was pretty apparent that something was wrong when I saw this whistleblowing complaint. It was just too perfect. The legal references is not the way an intelligence analyst would write. But I know from my time on the Intelligence Committee that a lot of whistleblowers come right to the committee. They're not supposed to, but it happens all the time. Now committee members are admitting this happens. Just a few weeks ago, they wouldn't talk about that. They said this guy did it. Well, I mean, they denied it, but they didn't admit this phenomenon goes on. They just kept saying this whistleblower did everything by the book. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem that he went to the committee first.
No, that happens all the time in intelligence. We understand that.
But see, Schiff didn't tell the Republican members about that. Under the rules, he's supposed to. And it appears, Lou,
he's supposed to get a vote as well from the
well, they should be. They're supposed to. Well,
House.
See, each side is supposed to share classified information received by the committee with the other side. But even worse, it's pretty clear that this was shared with Speaker Pelosi because on the 30th of September, she said on 60 Minutes that she knew what was in the transcript before the White House released it. This suggests to me that Schiff and Pelosi have been working together to gin up this impeachment effort for a long time based on this Ukraine issue.
Yeah, let's go straight to the point here. I mean, you handled at various times in your career lots of complaints from whistleblowers. Have you ever seen anything that looked as practiced, as polished, and as legalistic as the one this so-called whistleblower put forward?
I've seen some whistleblower complaints in my day with the CIA and the House Intelligence Committee. I've never seen one this perfect. I've never seen one that appeared to be written not just by a lawyer, but written by a law firm or a team of lawyers.
Or perhaps also a staff on an intelligence, in fact, the House Intelligence Committee.
I think that's what happened. Schiff's attorneys were heavily involved in drafting this complaint.
It is utterly impossible for Nancy Pelosi now, and just check me on this statement, it is utterly impossible for Nancy Pelosi to ever claim that this was anything more than a partisan witch hunt because she has not included the Republicans in a floor vote to establish an inquiry, as has been done in every other attempt at impeachment on the part of the House. She has a committee that is led by the most radical left-wing Democrat imaginable in Adam Schiff, and he has denied Republicans on the committee the knowledge that he shared with all of his Democratic colleagues, or at least it appears all of them, and at the same time denied Republicans the right to question witnesses and to participate fully in examination of these so-called witnesses.
That's right. A legitimate impeachment inquiry would have a vote on the floor. It would give due process rights to the Republicans. They would have subpoena power. They would be allowed to call witnesses. Pelosi's doing an end run around the historic procedure on how to do this. And she's putting one of the most partisan members of Congress, Adam Schiff, in the middle of the whole process.
And at this point, do you really believe that that this can end any other way than with the radical Dems in a great affront against the Constitution. Should they proceed with this this bizarre effort to overthrow the president? This is even more bizarre than the special counsel, in my opinion. Your thoughts?
It is bizarre, and I think they've been backpedaling all day. The American people are seeing these conflicting explanations by Adam Schiff. What did he know? When did he know it? About this whistleblower, clearly
well, he's a documented
he was not telling
liar
the truth.
anyway.
Well, I'm not going to say
no,
that.
I mean, he claimed he had evidence for 2 years, Fred. I mean, this is not this isn't a matter of opinion. This is a matter of fact. He claimed for 2 years he had evidence of the president's collusion with Russians, and he lied.
Yeah, we're still waiting to see that conclusive evidence that he said. So
not me.
That's a point. Well, I mean, the American people are confused, and the attorneys of the whistleblower, they seem like they're scrambling. I saw a lot of tweets from them today trying to explain what did and did not happen. The American people are looking at this, and I think this is going to hurt the impeachment effort and this latest Democrat ploy to take down this president. The wheels are coming off it.
Yeah, this is going to help the president and in this fight against another just absolutely disgusting, disgraceful effort on the part of the radical Dems to overthrow him and subvert his administration and policies. Fred, you get the last word. Your thoughts?
Well, you know, another point is this is not an intelligence matter. This doesn't belong with an intelligence inspector general or an intelligence committee. We don't want intelligence so close to policy. So there's another very dangerous precedent setting here. We don't want an intelligence agency critiquing or trying to knock down policy. They inform policy. They don't make it.
Yeah, and we sure to hell don't want another CIA officer playing the role of whistleblower for some radical Dem contrived plot.
That's exactly right.
Fred Fleitz, great to have you here.
Good to
Thanks so
thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it.